All right, so we've been working on Worship Matters. We've been going through this series and talking about why worship matters, and then how we worship God through our singing. And today we're going to talk about giving, and it kind of goes well with what Pastor John, if you were here on Sunday, spoke on. He talked about giving. Now, giving is a hard thing to talk about at any point in time because as a pastor, you're paid through the church. So when a pastor stands up and says, you need a tithe, in everybody's mind right off the bat they think, oh, he just wants to get paid more, or he just wants more money for the church and all that different stuff. But truly, that's not the case. It is a biblical command to give to the Lord. Now, we're not going to go into all the intricacies of Old Testament versus New Testament today. Old Testament talks about a tithe, which is 10% of your income, 10% of your gross income, not your net income. So that talks about that in the Old Testament. In the New Testament, it talks about a lady who gives. There's all these people coming into the temple, and they're giving their money, and some are giving lots and lots of money. This lady comes and she gives 2 mites, and so like 2 copper coins, and God says she was better than the other ones because she gave all that she had. In other words, the other ones were giving tons of money and they may have even been giving a tenth, but this lady gave of her heart and she gave everything that she could. So to put a restriction on it, the Old Testament was tithing. Now we in the New Testament we refer to it as grace giving. Yes, 10% holds us accountable. So we should at least be giving 10% of our gross income to the Lord. But it's not like that's the law and you have to give 10% and nothing more. Grace giving says, hey, 10% may be required, but I'm going to go more. I'm going to do something gracious and give more. Here's why that's important as a teenager, because what you start doing with your money now will kind of determine what you'll do with your money later. So if you're not tithing now, and some of you have jobs, you're like, I don't know, I could tithe, I could barely afford gas. Well, stop stopping at McDonald's all the time, all right? Stop going to Starbucks every day, and you will have plenty of money to tithe. But first and foremost, a tithe or grace giving is of our heart. It's got to be a mental change. It's got to be this switch in our mind that says, you know what? God comes first. Every Sunday is whenever I get paid. It's when I deposit my check. Before I even pick up my check, I will give my tithe. I'll give my grace giving to the church, to the Lord, before I even deposit my check, because I want the first thing that check does to be to give back to God. That's just me, but that's what I do. So I'm encouraging you now to start giving to the Lord. It doesn't have to be a huge amount, but 10% of your income, gross income. Don't wait until the taxes get taken out. Be like, okay, so I'll just give $12. Give back to God and he will bless you for it. He really will. I promise you, he will bless you for it. But that's a way that we show worth to God, because he's worth giving our money to. So many times we spend money on dumb and frivolous things and then wonder why we don't have any. Why not give back to the God who sustains you, who gives you a job, who gives you everything you have, and honor him and show him worth by worshiping him by giving. Pray for Kyle Perry today, that he would have a good day, school would go well. I'm glad that everybody's getting back to feeling well, so just continue to pray for our youth group that everybody continues to stay healthy. All right, have a good day.